In today's lesson, we will be looking at algebraic fractions. We will be going over simplifying, multiplying, adding and subtracting, and finally solving algebraic fractions. And to end the video, we will take a look at some practice questions too. Starting off, let's look at how to simplify algebraic fractions. Now this is fairly simple. We just need to cancel terms from the top and the bottom of the fraction. An extra step that we may need to take is we might have to actually factorize the top or bottom of a fraction. This is something we need to keep an eye out for. So starting off with this fraction here, nice and simple, let's break down each term one by one. So 3/9 will give us 1/3 simplified. X to the power of 2 divided by x to the power of 1 using the laws of indices. We're dividing with the same base, so we subtract the powers. That will give us x to the power of 1, or x on its own. Y to the power of 2 over y to the power of 2 just cancels out, so this is our final answer. For this second fraction here, we can see we can't actually cancel out any terms like we could do here. So all we need to do is actually factorize these. So if we rewrite this, it's a quadratic, so it's going to be double brackets. Two numbers are multiplied to give us 5, add or minus to give us 4. I can think of plus 5 minus 1. Now, as you can see here, this denominator is the difference of two squares, so this can actually be factorized as well. And the brackets for this are going to be x plus 5 and x minus 5. Now in this format, we can see we can actually cancel these brackets out, leaving us with a final answer of x minus 1 over x minus 5. So if we do have a term that looks quite complex, once we've factorized everything, we notice that there are actually brackets that can be cancelled out and will give us a more simplified answer. Next, let's take a look at multiplying and dividing algebraic fractions. When we multiply, we do as we usually would with a fraction, using the same laws. So we multiply the numerators with each other and the denominators with each other. One thing that we can do to make it easier is we can cross-cancel, if applicable, the same way we would with normal fractions. And to divide, again, the same thing we would do in normal fractions. We flip the second fraction and we change the divide sign to a multiplication sign and then multiply as normal. So let's look at this first one here. 2r squared over 5 multiplied by 4 over r squared. Pretty simple. One thing we can see straight away, we can cross cancel these two. So we're actually left with 2 over 5 multiplied by 4 over 1, which if we multiply as normal will give us 8 over 5. And if we wanted to change this into a mixed number, we would have 1 3 over 5. Okay, looking at this second example here, we're dividing by 1 over x squared minus 16. So using the laws of fractions, if we rewrite this, we change the divide sign to multiplication and we flip the second fraction. Okay, now before we actually multiply, I can see that this is the difference of two squares. So whenever you spot any that can be factorized, always do it, because that gives us an opportunity to either cross cancel or just cancel as usual to make our multiplication a bit easier. So if we rewrite this, this fraction will stay the same. We're going to be multiplying by x plus 4, x minus 4 over 1. And straight away we can see x plus 4 and x plus 4 minus out. So now we can just go ahead and multiply as normal. So this now becomes x plus 2 over 1 multiplied by x minus 4 over 1. That gives us x squared minus 4x plus 2x is minus 2x minus 8 over 1, which is just x squared minus 2x minus 8. Adding and subtracting algebraic fractions. So again, just like we would add or subtract a normal fraction, we need a common denominator. So if we get a question like this, what we need to do is cross multiply to try and find a common denominator. So that would give us minus 2 multiplied by x and x multiplied by x plus 2. So you can see here we've now got a common denominator. So we just need to multiply out these brackets and then simplify as usual. And it can help to just keep the denominator in this factorized form, just in case you get a question where you may need to cancel out a bracket at the end. So we can leave it like that for now. Now we have the same denominators, so we can go ahead and subtract the numerators. 6x minus 2x gives us 4x. The 12 stays the same. All over x plus 2. And we can see the top can be factorized. So we just put that in brackets. 4 multiplied by x plus 3 all over x brackets x plus 2. Looking at this second question here, again, we've got different denominators. So to make them the same, we need to cross multiply, which will give us plus 3 brackets x plus 5. Okay, we've got the common denominator. Now we can just multiply out the numerators and add them together. Two x plus 3x is 5x. Minus 4 plus 15 is plus 11. All over x plus 5, x minus 2. The numerator can't be factorized any further, so this is our final answer. So as you can see so far, with algebraic fractions, we just need to apply the rules of fractions against all of these questions and just look at it as they are normal fractions, and instead of having integers on the numerator and denominator, some of them have been replaced with other terms. So we just need to use those same rules and then simplify when needed. Okay, lastly, we're going to look at solving algebraic fractions. Now, if you've been following along the algebra series, you'll know that solving just means to find a value or values for x. And when it comes to algebraic fractions, we can get any type of question. We can have addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, and that will just equal something. It might equal a number, it might equal another term. And what we need to do is follow the same steps that we looked at earlier in this video. And then once that is done, we need to actually find the values for x. So if we look at this question, for example, we can see that we are adding fractions. So again, we don't have a common denominator. So first step is to cross multiply to get a common denominator. All over x minus 1, x plus 2. This equals 4 will stay the same because we are working with equivalent fractions. So let's go ahead and multiply out and simplify. So this will give us 2x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 6 plus x squared minus x minus 2x plus 2 all over our common denominator. Now let's go ahead and collect the like terms. 2x squared plus x squared is 3x squared. 4x, 3x is 7x minus 3x, which is plus 4x, plus 6 plus 2 is plus 8, all over x minus 1, x plus 2, which equals 4. So now if this was just a regular addition question, we would have left our final answer as this. But because this equals 4, we need to actually find the values for x now, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to make this equation linear. So we're going to get rid of this fraction by taking it over to the right-hand side. So 3x squared plus 4x plus 8 equals 4 multiplied by this denominator, which if we just multiply out now, will be x squared plus x minus 2. So let's just go ahead and multiply that out. Just going through these steps one by one and showing our working out underneath each other. Okay, so now we've got a linear equation. Now it's time to take all of the terms over to one side. So one of the sides equals 0. I'm going to go ahead and take all of this over. So 4x squared minus 3x squared, so 0, equals x squared. 4x minus 4x is 0. Minus 8 minus 8 will be minus 16. Now let's get the x's alone on one side. So let's take the 16 over. 16 equals x squared. We want x, not x squared. Therefore, x equals plus or minus the square root of 16. So x is plus or minus 4. Okay, and these are the extra steps that we need to take when solving algebraic fractions. Okay, to finish the video off, we've got 4 practice questions here based off of everything we've looked at in this lesson. So if you want to pause the video here and we'll go over this together once you're done. Okay, looking at the first one, we need to solve here. So we need to add these algebraic fractions together. We don't have a common denominator, so we need to cross multiply, which will give us x plus 2, x minus 3, plus x minus 3, over our common denominator of x minus 3, x plus 3. Let's expand and simplify. Okay, let's simplify the numerator. X squared stay the same. Plus 5x plus x is plus 6x. Plus 6 plus minus 3 is 6 minus 3, which is plus 3. Watch out for the signs. All over x minus 3, x plus 3. Okay, and this equals 3. So again, like last time, let's take this denominator over and make this equation linear. So x squared plus 6x plus 3 equals, I'm just going to multiply this out, x squared minus 9 . Okay, let's get one side to equal 0, so let's take all of this over to the other side. 2x squared minus 6x minus 30. And we can see here all of the coefficients are multiples of 2. So to make it easier to solve for x, I'm just going to divide all of these by 2. Okay, so what I can see here is this equation actually can't be factorized. So in order to solve for x, we are going to need to use the quadratic equation. So I'm just going to go ahead and write down the values for a, b, and c. Okay, so to solve for x, we are going to do minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So if we input this into our calculator, we will get x equals 3 plus or minus the square root of 69 all over 2. So the two values for x will be 3 plus the square root of 69 over 2 and 3 minus the square root of 69 over 2. Now to double check that this is correct, if you're ever unsure, we just need to sub in these values for x one by one into this equation here. And by doing that, our final answer should be 3. Let's make some space. Here we're just adding these two fractions together, so cross multiply as normal. Expand and simplify. All over the common denominator. So let's simplify the numerator. 5x squared stays the same. 4x plus 15x gives us 19x. Minus 4 stays the same. All over x plus 3, x minus 1. Now let's see if we can factorize this numerator here to simplify further. So two numbers are multiplied to give us A, two numbers are multiplied to give us C. 21. Yeah, that gives us B, so these two can be our brackets. So if we rewrite the numerator, we get 5x and a 1, x and 4. Okay, so we can't cancel out any further, but we will leave it in this format for now. Okay, that's our final answer. Okay, question number 3, we need to simplify these fractions. Now we need to add, and we need to have a common denominator. Before we cross multiply, we can see on this fraction here that this can be factorized. So let's go ahead and factorize this first and then see what we need to cross multiply with. So that'll be 3x over minus 3 minus 2 plus 2 over x minus 3. So we can see here, before we've even done anything, we've got x minus 3 on this denominator. So to make the denominator the same, all we need to do is multiply this right fraction with x minus 2. So if we just add x minus 2 there and do the same to the top. So let's expand and simplify. This gives us 5x minus 4 all over x minus 3, x minus 2. Okay, so for question 4, we need to simplify this. And here we are dividing by this fraction. So when we are dividing, we need to flip this to a multiplication sign and flip the second fraction. So let's rewrite this question. First fraction stays the same. We're multiplying this now by 6x minus 12 over x squared minus 25. Now before we multiply across, let's go ahead and factorize whichever terms that we can to see if we can cancel out any brackets and make the multiplication process easier for us. So starting here, you can see that will be double brackets. Minus 5 plus 2 all over, we can take x squared out, be x minus 2, multiplied by 6 is a common factor, so 6 brackets x minus 2. And this is the difference of two squares. You should have picked that up. So this will be x plus 5, x minus 5. So straight away we can see we can cross cancel out x minus 2, and x minus 5 with x minus 5. So our new fractions that we are working with is x plus 2 over x squared multiplied by 6 over x plus 5, which is now a lot easier to work with. This will give us 6 multiplied by x plus 2 all over x squared multiplied by x plus 5. Okay, I hope you found this video useful. If you want to have a go at some more algebraic fractions, the following video will be going over some hard past paper questions. So if you want to give that a go, using the knowledge learned from this video, It will really build up your understanding for the exam.